3, 2, 1. Hi, good luck. Welcome in, much love. Trav here, and we're playing our weekly chess match, learning chess. Specifically, I like for sequencing and for spatial reasoning, seeing how the board is and what we can do for the board is, I think, a good thing. I'm going to continue with the same opening I've been doing, repetition, and then mixed with new bifurcations. Previously, I have opened up. I'm gonna do the same move that I did a few matches ago, based on advice I got. Like, even if I'm not gonna play that many games, it's good to go knights before, etc. It's good to get repetitive games so you get an idea of the same position and then make a different move. So that's what I'm choosing to do here. We have our queen protecting this. The main thing I'm going to look for in this video is to make fewer, that's fine, is to make fewer trades. So previously I would just push this here, but based on the feedback I've been getting from you guys, this is also not just about chess, but is about getting better at anything. Based on the feedback I got, don't make trades if those trades are negative tempo and let the opponent advance. So that's the main thing I'm focusing on in this video, as well as tracing their influence and trying to not make mistakes. So this seems like a fine trade. Also, I like to learn things. I'm eclectic. I'm studying Spanish right now, and I've got Spanish up on my Travis Wu channel if you haven't checked that out. Got all this on my Snapchats. Did the opponent move or did I miss something? Okay. Alright, so the opponent is going for a fork here. How do we stop that from happening? Oh, well, the thing about the fork is they're making a queen sacrifice. But we can just take here. I think the opponent is I'm just gonna take. The opponent can, you know, our king protects this. I think we're gonna see a resignation, unless I'm totally off. Either we're gonna lose out of nowhere, or the opponent's gonna resign. Yep, we won. Ha ha! All right, we're doing 2 matches today. It's not enough to win once. Yeah, 30-second video. Not a scholar's mate, a noob mate. I would call that a noob mate. I don't like that I'm black, so I can't use my same open because, we need to get going on with the black open. All right, so the opponent is doing the exact same thing we did in the last game. I'm gonna, try doing things roughly the same, minus the insanely bad play. So what is this? Is an interesting little attack here. Interested in this wrinkle. We can say that we did that later on. I'm going to move out the knight because this thing is unprotected. The opponent has a quick castle if they want it. So I'm going to try out something interesting here. We talked about this, how don't make trades if they are negative tempo trades. So I'm just going to sit this bishop here as a possible pin, because if we do this, then it lets the opponent open up their board. So we can castle as well, or we can develop and castle later. If we're developing, what does this move do? Then there's 2 points, and there's 3 things pointing at that, so that's probably not a good call. We could move it out just the 1, which will allow our bishop to advance. So I'm going to make this play. Try it out. Learning basic strategy, not tactics. Difference between strategy and tactics for those of you who haven't figured it out. Tactics is very specific, like this move right here. Strategy is like the the general plan of the game. That's probably why they call it the generalist. So the opponent makes this play, but then what? I mean, they don't have, like, I'm gonna throw out another pin and see. I might blunder at some point, and if that happens, whatever. So now we've got multiple pins. You can see, okay, well, we have no choice now. I mean, we could retreat or we could take. If we take, it lets the opponent advance here. I mean, I guess we probably, I think that was reasonable tempo because the bishop consumed 1, 2 moves, and there was 1, 2, 3 moves to take it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that a good way to evaluate that trade? Is that we took 2 moves with our bishop, and the opponent used about 3 moves to take it, including that knight? What do you think? So we could do that. Again, not super good. There's still 3 points on this. What's interesting is we could move our knight into this space and it would threaten that queen. And then we could move here and it would threaten the rook. I kind of like that play. When I consider what the worst thing that could happen is the opponent can, what do you think about this play? I'm just gonna try it. I don't care to like reason everything through. If I make a serious blunder, then I don't care that much. I will just play again. It's worth noting that this bishop here still has like a pin, although it's not pinning anything. I mean, it's not a pin because there's nothing behind it that anyone cares about. So now it's on the opponent to move the queen. And they could move it. There's not really anywhere they can move it on this side other than this square, which doesn't seem great for them. They can move it here, which also is not great. Oh, whoops. What the hell just happened? Oops. Oops. I misclicked. What the hell? Yeah, I mean, we moved the opponent's piece and it was it jumped. Oh well, I mean, we won a quick one and we lost a quick one. Just threw a piece away there. That wasn't a tactical mistake. That was an interface. That was a misunderstanding of the chess.com interface. So I'm not so concerned. I guess at this point I'm going to castle and probably keep fighting because there's still something to learn. And I might play a third game because, you know, this kind of feels bad. That wasn't a strategic or a tactical. That wasn't a chess mistake. That was a misunderstanding of the interface. Yeah, that was weird. That was weird for sure that I was able to move the opponent's piece back. What I would have liked to do is, well, the thing is we actually didn't necessarily have a great move with that horse, other than because we could attack and the opponent could take. Okay, at this point we can make this attack here. I would like to try to come back and win. I think that'd be cool. If we're gonna come back and win, it's gonna happen with tactics. Right? We need some like killer bomb ass move to make up for that. This could be our window. We've got a nice little threat here. The opponent takes. We could take. I mean, they could just take with the pawn and it's not that exciting, right? I suppose. Yeah. But we can take it. And I feel like we probably should. Maybe I should not have even initiated that to begin with, actually. Hmm. All right, now I actually uber punted because um, there's this. So now that we're going two pieces behind, I'm gonna resign. Um, I legitimately lost us this game. At first there was a mistake. Uh, at first there was a misclick, and then there was a mistake. So I'm gonna concede now that we're two pieces behind. One piece behind is fine. And let's play best two of three here, game three. Okay, sweet, we're white, so I get to use my same open. Same open, and then basically see how people adjust, start to play some of the same games. Interesting. Hmm. I'm gonna play this one slightly different. I'm gonna advance this pawn. I don't know if that's right because I just shut our knight out of the game, and I know it's like good to get knights out first, but I want to try attacking this square right here. And in order to do that, we're gonna have to bring our pawn into the battle. Hmm. Hmm. So we move this here, take, take, take. Unsuccessful. What I'm gonna do is pin this knight. We'll decide what to do with that. I know we don't want to make negative tempo trades, but I feel like this one is a different scenario because if we're able to trade with that knight, then we can take over the middle squares. So I'm willing to break certain rules if it achieves a specific end. Oh, okay, that's kind of smart because they opened it so their queen can come out. Do we care about that? Hmm. Do we care about that? If so, I mean, okay, what's our alternative? Say that we do this and the queen advances, and then we're able to take over this square right here. I feel like the queen on this square is really just not that much of a threat. Correct me if I'm wrong. It can threaten this pawn, but it's currently protected by the queen. So, yeah, I'm experimenting. This is kind of a new bifurcation here. Hmm. So we could either go with the pawn or with the knight. I'm gonna go with the pawn because it forces the opponent to make an awful trade, or move the bishop out of here, which they can do to decent effect if they want to threaten our queen, for instance. And then we'll have this option of here we can. Is that the play they made? Here we can use the pawn and threaten that queen if we want to, and then the queen will have to move. Queen could take here, or more realistically, it will go here or here. I kind of want to. This also opens up a line to our pawn over here. I don't care so much about it. I'm gonna try it. You can see that like our pawn formation is way, way, way more developed than the opponent. We're currently even on material, but we're way more advanced. Okay, what if we threaten the queen? It can't take that because of our queen. Um, Opponent is disconnected. They have 3 minutes to reconnect. I'm gonna make this move. Has left the chat. It looks like they left before. I think the opponent might have scooped out. So in that case, perhaps I want to give them like 30 seconds to see if they came back. But I feel like I've gotten. Oh, here we go. All right, opponent's back. Cool. I don't think they would scoop at this point. There's no material advantage. right? Glad you made it back. Cool. All right, yeah. So, I mean, there's no material advantage, but we have a pretty sweet tempo advantage. And it's going to be hard for the opponent to even develop. Yeah, I mean, that's got to lead to a scoop, right? Glad you made it back so that you could just hand off your queen. Sorry, bro. I feel, yeah, I did that last game. I did do that last game. We're at the low ass levels, aren't we? 12:15, 11:53. We gotta be super, super newbie if we're making plays like that. All right, so what's the fastest way to advance? I'm gonna bring this queen out, or this knight out. Tactics. Basically, all we need to do is not throw away our pieces, because now we actually have we're up a queen, right? We're up a queen. Um, and we've got two knights and a bishop to a bishop. What's the etiquette in chess? Can you just scoop them up? Is that poor etiquette to just leave and say, "All right, I'm behind, I leave." If so, you know, not a big deal. 11:53. What do you even start with in chess? So since we're up material, it makes sense to just make trades, is what I've heard. And it makes sense. If it's 10 versus 5 and you subtract 5 from both sides, it's 5-0, right? The opponent has no takes they can even make here because we can go counter. We can go counter. They can move their knight here. Nope, but they're pinned. Yep. So happily make this trade. Whatever. Really, only thing we need to worry about is kind of this pawn formation developing over here. I'm going to castle. It's not a great castle. All right, new tactic is to figure out like what are we doing with our pawns? Which side are we going to march on? It makes sense to march on the right side or both sides. Do we want to threaten this bishop? Where can it move? Here. It can move here. That would be annoying. It could move here. That would be annoying. Yeah, I don't care to spend a whole turn making that bishop move because it could already move to annoying places. We could move here, but there's two pawns. So in that case, let's start marching either on this side. I'm just gonna go with the feel and say let's march on this side because we have more stuff going on over here. Oh, hang on. We have a really good move of just attacking with our queen. So if that's still available next turn, I'm gonna make that move. Unless we see something better. We could also, yeah, the queen, just moving with the queen seems pretty good. Our pawn is still protected. That rook is almost lost. It can move over here. If it does, then we can take another pawn, and then we've just cleared our march path and can just start moving downfield, moving the sticks. I mean, it's either lose the rook or move it here, right? I don't see the alternative. All right, so I'm gonna use our available energy to kind of imagine how this side will play out. Um, it seems like it's gonna be pretty hard to get past these. Yep. Oh, we don't want to make that play because there's this. Good thing I didn't do that. We almost punted back. So what's a better way to attack this bishop? That bishop is annoying. All right, well, we're not going to make that move, but we can just kind of sit our queen here. We could march our queen down. I kind of like doing that. Or we can Move our queen, move our rook here, and then we're pointing a fuck ton of stuff at this space. I kind of like that. We're almost to mate right now. Hmm. I'd like to play a game where neither player makes just a stupid epic blunder, but I guess we're not at that level yet. I'm down here in the 11s. We're beating a 12e though. That's pretty epic. Is this just mate? No, because it's not. But it's pretty close to. Certainly not good. Certainly not good for the opponent. We have to be slightly careful about some business going on down here. This spot is super protected, so it doesn't seem like the opponent can really attack the king. But if we're going to lose, that's how it's going to happen, so let's play around it. Should have played around it. We can also... No, I don't really like that so much. We're at a point where we can just ignore this bishop and perhaps even move this rook right here so we're even quadruple aligned. But, I mean, what are the opponent's realistic plays here? There are none. Concede. Bishop take. Then we mate. I see. Opponent is going to make trades. I probably should have used I just made a minor mistake. I made a not good trade. That trade is still going to be available, by the way. But this, check the opponent. They have no power but to move because we're protected, and then we can mate on the next play. Ha, check it out. There's material that we could take, and I'm choosing not to because instead I'm going to win the game. Ha ha. If you watch this, what can I do better other than a general strategy? If you tag me in some tactics, please put the timestamp. It makes it way easier for me to check. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. We're up to 1203, which is like still really newbie, and I hope to get to the 1400 someday. Much love. See you in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this. Take care. Adios. Hasta luego, amigos.